Yo, 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 Big Cash back up in here. So, Academics was calling everybody out, like the Breakfast Club, Joe Budden, everybody, well, the podcast that has a voice, but not speaking on the co-founder, the Perez lady, was it Desiree Perez, for the situation that she's going through with her daughter in Roc Nation. So DJ Academics goes on to say, look, man, I don't play with Roc Nation. They will cancel your ass, for lack of better words. So Joe Budden came out to respond to that. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all please go pick up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. I appreciate y'all's support. Also, I have a shout out. Shout out Pee-wee. She said, Starbucks is on me, nephew. Thank you so much, Pee-wee, for your donation. I will go get me some tea. I don't drink coffee, but I'll go get some tea at Starbucks. And shout out to Janice. Jalopy Bungas reports on Drake censored. Yeah, we just went over that. Thank you so much for the heads up, Janice. I go with Janice. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all so much for your donations and your support to for the channel. And yeah, y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Get ready. You know what to do, Chick.
Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Boy, oh boy, does Roc Nation have some people spooked. So much so that they wouldn't even mention or say anything with the word rock in it. They won't talk about Crocs, Ciroc, Tay-Rock. Now, last week, some news broke about the Roc Nation CEO, Desiree Perez. Her daughter accused her of forcibly committing her to a psychiatric facility in order to allegedly break up her marriage and cut her off from her husband. Some people said, hey, this is once again another example of Desiree Perez using her influence and power to essentially put somebody away and get what she wants. Now, because she is the CEO of Roc Nation, it's technically hip-hop news. Her daughter has been very outspoken lately on social media, so you would at least expect some kind of coverage from one of the top podcasts in hip-hop. Now, a couple days ago, DJ AKADEMIKS called out Joe Budden and also the Breakfast Club. He called them cowards for not covering the news about Desiree Perez.
Bruh, I've been telling y'all about Roc Nation. Roc Nation currently is doing something that, for all the people who claim, it's not about Tory. Roc Nation is intentionally harassing, bullying, trying to take down many young. Listen, they're not me. Again, I don't got money to bang with Roc Nation. I don't want to go to war with them. I told y'all that already. I'll apologize to JC. I'm good. I know how to pick my battles. That's why I'm undefeated in my eyes because I don't take losing battles. Roc Nation is out here.
But you got to ask yourself, is it Jay-Z doing this or the people that's running the offices? Because to be honest, I don't think Jay-Z's in these offices, but when you say the name Roc Nation, he's the face of it. You know what I'm saying? So people easily, would put him as, oh, he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, check out this lady's behavior. We got to analyze her. But none of the big podcasts, radio shows, will talk about what she's doing behind closed doors.
Deleting people's pages, bullying, doing a lot of things that in hip-hop, all those people who hate me, they would normally call out, but not one of them are calling those people out. So it becomes upon me, and I'm like, all of these guys that when they be talking shit about me, I let them talk shit about me, nobody ever steps in. Roc Nation is now bullying other young creators who they're reporting regular shit and nobody's saying a word. For that reason alone, I don't know if I want to talk about Roc Nation today. You know why? Because when y'all don't hold everybody else to the fire, when they're cowards, and I stand up here and I say everything, and y'all know, They criticize me and use everything to my detriment. When y'all don't hold them other cowards to the extent of it, actually, let's talk about it. Because, you know what, I'll call people out. I'm a little lit. Perfect. And I'm going to challenge the...
He always letting that alcohol get to him, boys. I'm lit. Fuck it. Yo, that's wild. But I guess he's about to call out Joe Budden and the Breakfast Club. Check it out, y'all.
Actually, let's talk about it. Because, you know what, I'll call people out. I'm a little lit. Perfect. And I'm going to challenge the Joe Budden podcast. I'm going to challenge the Breakfast Club, especially the Breakfast Club. Because a lot of y'all shit seem to be coming from a heavy Roc Nation influence place. I'm challenging the Breakfast Club, Joe Budden. And again, nothing wrong with Joe Budden's podcast, but I'm only calling them out because of their size. You guys have a very huge platform. Now, I'm trying to say, I don't want to fight no battles by myself because half of y'all, not the people I named Breakfast Club or Joe Budden podcast, want to see me go away. But there's a bunch of other facetious members. So all the rest of them, they're just not relevant for me to name. The point is this. If I really wanted to sit back on this Roc Nation shit this week, because if I see nobody speak about it, y'all should know what it is. Roc Nation is using heavy-handed, somewhat maybe possibly illegal tactics to silence opposition or criticism of them and their employees. Remember back in the day when I started throwing up the rock and I started saying, I don't want no beef with these motherfuckers? Y'all say I'm pussy. You could call me pussy, but if I'm pussy, what are the other people who don't speak about them at all? I'm the first one who told y'all the reason Bobby Shmurda's career is in shambles is because of Roc Nation. Roc Nation did so much shicey shit with Epic. Epic wanted no parts to do with Bobby. They said, y'all go get him. But we going to have to fight it out on a legal perspective because we own him and y'all been interfering with our contract with the nigga. So
y'all heard the words that he used? He said, because we own him. These record deals, they don't just be record deals. You got to be careful what you got to know what you're getting yourself into. I'm talking about for all the aspiring artists out there that want to be signed to this major label and all. He said, he used the words, own him. Got to be careful, man.
So now Bobby Shmurda gets no support because it's going to be a legal fight. They tried to do it with Uzi. They did it with Meg Thee Stallion. I've been telling y'all this. But again, let me tell you this. I'm not Jesus. I've never told you I'm Jesus. Never confuse act for the one that says, no, I'm just here to die for y'all sins. No. So when I look around and I see, ain't that Debo? And everybody's like, nah, we gonna fuck Debo up. Yo, let's ride. Everybody was ganging up with me like, all right, let's ride. I show up. I look around, so where y'all at? Everybody at home. Everybody like, oh, I couldn't get a babysitter. I'm not fighting Debo by myself. So I told y'all I want no smoke with Roc Nation, and I still don't want no smoke with them. But I do want y'all to hold these other media outlets accountable. Let me tell you what's happening with Roc Nation. I don't necessarily care about Desiree Perez, who's the CEO. By the way, if you don't know her history, 6ix9ine first mentioned her back in the day. Desiree Perez is a woman who used to be doing things in and in accordance with drug dealing. She was working with the cartel. She was transporting drugs. She got caught. Her boyfriend or whoever else she was dealing with at the time, they were also involved in the drug trade.
So it sounds like Desiree Perez a real street ninja. She a real street ninja. She works for Roc Nation. So is she going to be doing things by the book while she's there?
She took a plea and she was a state's witness. The same thing. This is why 6ix9ine was confused. Why does the industry bow to Desiree Perez, who was this is known, who cooperated against the cartel? But they're down to oust me because I cooperated against the 9 Trey gangsters. At that point, everybody had every excuse. Oh, well, she's a woman. A man snitching, problem. We can't fuck with him. A woman snitching, come on. It's a woman. All right, bet. You got it.
Now, if you guys watch the Joe Budden podcast, if you guys have been a fan for a couple years, you guys should already know by now there's a
all right, so this is the response, y'all.
few people Joe would not talk about in a negative light. Jay-Z just happens to be number 1 on that list. Fabulous is also on that list as well. And before we found out Diddy actually liked having men's cum on his nipple, he was also on that list for Joe as well. And I think AKADEMIKS actually knows this, but...
Oh, I want y'all to look at that pattern. Joe Budden wouldn't talk about Jay-Z, Fabulous, or Diddy. Diddy was pressing Fabulous on Drink Champs. Jay-Z and Diddy hang around each other. Joe Budden is known for being at the Diddy party. Why won't he speak about these guys specifically? I don't know. I just be making up stuff, man. Allegedly, everything's alleged. I don't know.
He laid the trap nicely for Joe and...
Oh, and Joe Budden was just caught sleepwalking with no clothes on. I don't know. I'm gonna just go meditate by myself.
Joe took the bait. Now, today on the Joe Budden podcast, episode 831, Flip brought up the news and asked him, hey, man, there's people out there saying that you guys are scared of Roc Nation. So much so that you guys refuse to cover the news about Desiree Perez. Now, before I play this clip for you guys, please note that Queen's Flip actually tried to give Joe a way out. He told him, bruh, listen, when it's me, if anybody that I fuck with has anything negative in the news, I don't talk about it. Joe could have easily said, yeah, you know what? Me too. Any news about Jay-Z that's negative, I'm not talking about it. I don't ever want to speak negatively about Jay-Z on my podcast. But instead, Joe actually crashed out on Ice after Ice called him out for being a hypocrite. Here it is.
You've been one of the guys that gone against the machine, and then now they're saying, no, now they're saying, as you being the person that did it, now they're saying that we up here may be afraid to speak on Roc Nation and the things that's talked about that's going surrounding it. What is your outlook on that? As far as speaking on things, do you reserve?
They said that. Nigga, AKADEMIKS said that.
And some other people. It's a lot of people.
What are we talking about?
It's not just a lot of people. So I want to know, because you my man, so I'm down. I'm on the same type of time you on. So, meaning that I don't speak on shit if I have a relationship. Me, I can identify. If I have a relationship with somebody, I'm not speaking on it because I don't want to. Right. Regardless of how egregious it may come off, I'm not going to speak on it because I respect my relationships.
So, like, if there was like a festival where things didn't go perfectly, you wouldn't like
bomb shit on
I'm gonna fuck you up, okay?
No, but I want to know when people say that towards you.
That's good for you though.
As you being the guy.
Tickets to the Tone Deaf Girl.
Yeah, you try to distract me. As you being.
I'm not. Let me try to. I saw Axe say that. I didn't see nobody else.
A couple people. A lot of people say.
Is there
people follow like responded to that by saying,
I'm gonna be honest. I saw it was people tagging posts before he posted that. Like, yo, y'all not gonna talk about this? Y'all, I saw it.
There was
Look, they fans see everything.
specific topics that they feel like we avoided.
Yes.
Yes. Roc Nation.
And I just want to hear from you how you look at that, Joe.
That's a good question.
You know, maybe I'd be far removed from shit. My brain be so different from what the internet is saying.
We don't know.
In my brain.
Shut up.
I was about to. I'm your cheerleader, motherfucker.
I'm talking to them.
Oh, okay. You're cheerleader.
They trying to give him a way out, but let's just see what he say, man.
What I'm saying is the Desiree story broke while we were still recording. To me,
Yes.
That's that story. But there has been
what is the other Roc Nation story that people have run from up here quickly because we want to advance this.
There's been talks of
Tory and
the shit that Desiree herself
that can't possibly apply to this podcast.
No, because he told you that's what I'm saying. That part.
That's what I'm saying. That cannot possibly apply to this broadcast.
But I think you speak of it I don't. But I think what they're saying is that you don't identify that Roc Nation may be playing a role in why Tory Lane's in jail. That's the angle that they're taking. You never say that. You just say you're free Tory. I said it, but you never say I can see Roc Nation playing a part. You never.
Well, one, I don't have no proof of that.
True.
And it's bonkers. Just my take. I'm speaking for myself.
Got it.
I won't go that far. I don't think it's bonkers, but I don't have any proof of it. One, and two, that's Hove's company. I do have a certain respect for him.
There we go.
I don't know. I don't have a relationship with Desiree. I've never met Desiree. I don't have any equity there.
Okay.
So She's in the news now in a story that I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But that story just broke.
But why? But why?
Oh, he said they will get to it at some point. He's just not going to rush it. I guess that's what he's saying.
And even that, I do have a certain type of, pardon me, Mark, a certain type of sensitivity to speaking about any story with anybody's children.
I agree. Well, I was going to say, like, why would we report
I want to be
story?
very clear on that. That's not a Roc Nation thing. Anybody story that include their kids and how they going about parenting or not parenting, I let that play out. I don't rush to get to that.
Did Joe Budden speak on the DDG situation or not? With DDG, Haley Bailey, and the child? I don't remember. I don't remember. Y'all let me know.
Can't let you do that.
Do it.
We didn't do that with Brian McKnight kids.
Stop it.
You didn't.
Stop it.
He called them out. He called them out.
My nigga.
Do you have another example?
I'm just giving you an example. You said any story with anybody's kids, you just let it play out. And we did not do that.
Brian McKnight.
And rest in peace.
Brian McKnight.
Nico.
Oh, he called them out. Oh, we got to replay that. He called them out. Don't do that. Ooh.
I let that play out. I don't rush to get to that.
I can't let you do that.
Do it.
We didn't do that with Brian McKnight kids.
Stop it.
You didn't.
Stop it.
That is the truth.
My nigga. Do you have another example?
I'm just giving you an example. You said any story with anybody's kids, you just let it play out. And we did not do that.
Brian McKnight.
And rest in peace.
Brian McKnight. Nico gets to later. I hate when y'all do that. When we making like a profound point and y'all bring up something that's just ass cheek stupid. Brian McKnight.
Nah, bro, you can't do that, Joe. You just got called out.
Denied kids and wanted nothing to do with his kids. I have a stance on that.
You can't do that.
Dog,
I'm just telling you where I stand. I have a loud stance on people that want absolutely zero to do with their kids. Nor do I grant them the same rights and privileges as people who are trying to raise their kids. I'm lost.
Joe,
do you have another example outside?
I don't have another example. I just gave one. You said
now let me get back to what I'm saying about how I carry it with people and their kids, and then you can announce how you carry it.
He getting mad. He getting mad. He trying to raise his voice on him. Now let's get back to what I said. He got mad. He getting mad. Oh, Lord.
Let me get back to what I'm saying about how I carry it with people and their kids, and then you can announce how you carry it. I hate this gotcha moment shit you niggas do with shit that don't make no sense.
It ain't no gotcha
Brian
moment,
McKnight wanted nothing to do with his kids, ain't claiming his kids even in death freeze. Please leave me alone right now. I'm telling people about how I carry people with kids.
He bad.
I see what you're saying, but I also see how it's different. Like another.
Bro, he always do gotcha moments. He always calling people out. Why you getting mad when somebody calling you out? He trying to raise his voice on him. I hate when y'all do this. This gotcha moment. Yo, annoying ass voice.
I'm telling people about how I carry people with kids.
I see what you're saying,
people with
but I also see how it's different. Like another.
It always be different when he try that shit.
People with kids.
Ain't no trying nothing, bro. What are you talking about?
Brian McKnight and Desiree Perez are not the same.
I didn't say they're the same.
Then why the fuck are we talking about Brian McKnight?
Yo, sometimes we don't even want that. Like, come on,
nigga. That's hilarious.
Go ahead,
I think that's hilarious. What do they have to do with what the fuck I was saying?
Nothing to do with nothing, Joe. Go ahead, Mark, please.
He mad. He mad.
Freeze, I think you're right. I think we do talk about kids sometimes. I think you're
right. We do. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I think it's important, though. So I think a better.
Joe can't be called that. He don't want to be. They holding him to the fire. Ah, man.
Statement might be that it's certain kinds of conversations we have and certain kinds we don't. For me, one thing is it just about this person's business or does it advance a bigger story? Like, for example, the only reason Vanessa Bryant was interested in me today was because we had a whole conversation that was bigger, right? That was bigger than her. So that even after we knew the story wasn't true, it was still worth talking about. To me, Brian McKnight's story is worth talking about because of all the shit that comes with parenting and children. Also, he's on social media talking about his kids too, which is different than Dez, who's not on camera saying, "Hey, this thing happened to me." So I think that's different too. So for me, and the Dez story to me is only interesting if we're going to report on it.
I agree,
and I don't think that's what we do here. You know what I mean? So I do think there's a distinction.
But there is a conversation there. How far are you willing to go to protect your child?
or to protect your children. That's a conversation.
Yeah, we could have that conversation, but I'm saying I don't think it's. But the narrative on the internet is like y'all are running from that story. It's like, well, that's not a story that I think needs to be told. Me personally,
The narrative on the internet is anything Hov/Roc Nation related. We won't touch.
Hov got
and that's not true.
Yeah, right.
That's just not true.
That's not true.
But that's the narrative. They make it seem like we all up here, we claim Hovengers, we love Hov, et cetera, et cetera. So we're afraid of Hov. We can't say anything.
I'm unfamiliar,
that's it.
I'm unfamiliar with the story,
narrative.
but is the story like something that should not have, it's not meant for public consumption and just it got leaked or whatever the
No,
case
it's on the
is?
news. No, it's out.
I understand that,
the
but
daughter sued her. It's out.
Got it.
Yeah. I just don't think to me, it's not about the music business. It's not about black culture. It's just a story about this person who happens to be famous. If were she not famous, we'd have no interest in that story. That to me is why we don't talk about it.
The only reason why people care about it is because she's affiliated with Roc Nation.
Yes,
I'm sure that's a lot of it.
She's not
famous. She's an exec somewhere.
That's it. That's the only reason why they care.
Yeah.
Right. So all these conspiracy theories, y'all afraid as if like
it's not
Hov calls in and says, no, we're not talking about that.
Right.
It's bullshit. That's the part I hate sometimes just working here for a short period of time is I'm now being introduced to all the conspiracy theories about this show. And all.
The thing is that everybody's talking about it, and she worked for a record label that's music. If it was somebody at Def Jam or anywhere, like I don't know. I'm just not buying this one right here. I ain't buying it. I'm not buying it. I ain't buying it.
All the stuff that people think we do and don't do. You know, all the people who call in and tell us what we can talk about, what we don't. Yeah. All the segments that get cut out that I never even knew happened.
I let Flip do that because I know how he fucks with the algorithm. Them narratives would die where they was birthed at.
That's what he's right.
If left to me, I would never respond to somebody that's saying, "Yo, you running from it, nigga."
No, he's right. Or the real ice.
It's not one person that's saying that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying it. Hey, why y'all not talking about this situation? And the whole internet's talking about it.
Answer is, so it's my show. If I want to not speak about it, I don't have to speak about it.
Rightfully so.
That would be an ice answer.
Yes, 100%.
Like, yo,
you want to talk about it, go on your platform and talk about it.
I agree for you.
We reserve the right to say whatever, talk about what we want to or not talk about what we don't want to up here.
And to Flip's point, if I do have a relationship with you and there's some shit that's potentially disparaging or could get you jammed up, I reserve the right not to talk about it.
That's the real world.
And that's what everybody's saying. You won't talk about it because you're afraid to get jammed up by Jay-Z. And that's okay. You know, you don't want to burn your bridges with Jay-Z. You think that he may could do something to your podcast, may could do something to, you know, the future of your podcast or whatever. And that's why you don't want to do it. And that's okay. Just say that. Or you don't have to say it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Look at what's going. The people that I know, like in real life and love, sing that lady's praises. I never met her.
Yeah.
I do not know her.
I know her, and she's cool.
I've only known about what I read and the people that I love that love her. They say that lady turned water to wine.
But you know,
I never met her.
Yeah.
I do not know her.
I know her, and she's cool.
I've only known about what I read and the people that I love that love her. They say that lady turned water to wine.
But you know why they saying why they looking for somebody to have these conversations about her. It's a hip hop talk. If hip hop claim we don't fuck with informants, we don't fuck with rats, we don't fuck with snitches, we don't do all of these things, and we apply this to certain people, everybody's ready to ostracize Gunna when they accuse him of being a snitch, and we don't even really know. So now you turn around and see Roc Nation, and her shit is black and white. So people are saying, yo, what side of the fence are y'all on with that?
Well, I'm not ever letting the internet help me form opinions. 1, 2, I'm always with a redemption, retribution story.
Same.
Here. Okay. So when I picture Hov, it adds something to the Hov allure for me. I'm only speaking for me, that Emery is next to him.
Fact.
I don't know Emery to have a unpolluted past. Mm-hmm. It means something to me that Tata is next to him. Like the people that he surround himself with, Biggs, whoever the fuck is over there. That means something. And if the internet goes search, you're gonna find some what's the word? Unscrupulous things. Like that's not how everybody gotta learn how they form opinions of people.
So there you go. Joe Budden's not going to talk about him because he has a relationship with Jay-Z. So he's not going to talk about the Desiree Perez. So what Ak was saying is like people need to leave him alone because they not holding Joe Budden, not 106 in Park, the Breakfast Club, to the same standard. So he's saying don't come at him like that. And the word is that they out here canceling people channels and pages and all of that stuff. So hey, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.